Welcome to Cajun in the City. I'm Cajun Ken, bringing the Bayou to the Big Apple. We're in the courtyard today, so fire up the grill. It's time to eat. Now that's how you light a fire. We're outside in the courtyard today doing a little bit of grilling. You know, growing up down south, using the grill, that's actually not a part of our heritage, but it's also a part of our culture. We're excited to always be grilling. For God's sake, during the summertime, our stoves were used to store just pots and pans, because anytime we can get outside and start grilling, we take the opportunity. We got the grill going. We got some wonderful seafood we're going to be doing up on the grill today. We have fresh snapper, head-on shrimp, corn maque choux, a delicious tomato and basil sauce. Ooh-wee. Now this is Southern, this is Cajun, and this is past good. We're going to bring your taste buds to the next level, and we're going to be cooking for you right here in our New Orleans style courtyard, and bringing the fire right to your plate. So you know what? Grab your plate, throw your pole in the water, because it's time to eat. Today for our grilled Cajun snapper with head-on shrimp and creamy garlic mashed potatoes, we have scallions, red snapper, head-on shrimp, lemon juice, Cajun seasoning, lime juice, garlic, potatoes, butter, heavy cream, and Parmesan cheese. For our tomato basil sauce and crawfish corn maque choux, we have basil, tomato, garlic, cayenne pepper, lemon juice, bell pepper, thyme, paprika, oregano, whole cream, onion, celery, corn, chicken stock, butter, crawfish tails. Our grill's all fired up, so go ahead and let's get started with that crawfish corn maque choux. What is crawfish corn maque choux? Well, number one and first and foremost, it's a Southern dish, and I grew up on it. But it has its roots deeply seated in French Acadian, Louisiana, and Native American. All it is yellow corn, bell pepper, onion, celery, a little bit of love and spices over here, and now we're going to jack it up a little bit, and we're going to add fresh crawfish tails. That's right, these little guys here, fresh crawfish tails, they make it unlike you've ever had before. So what do we start with? We start with fresh corn. I picked this corn up at the local farmer's market this morning, and let's go ahead and shave off the kernels. Easiest thing I can tell you to do, some people like to cut it off like this right here or get an actual peeler. If you have a bowl at home, get a small bowl, put it inside your large bowl here. Get this, and I'm going to cut right down the middle. Cut those kernels off just like that there. Be sure to watch your fingers. And see, all the little niblets are falling in the bowl, just like that there. See that? If we can get this bowl here out. Just like that there. Look at that. Look how easy that is. Let's go ahead and put in our other corn niblets here. Getting our ready for our corn maque choux. I'm going to put the corn in here and golden brown it is basically what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to cook the corn maque choux in the skillet. Man, I'm so glad I'm cooking outside today. If I close my eyes, I think I'm sitting in my New Orleans courtyard, sitting at the table, getting ready to eat. Look at that beautiful corn. That is beautiful. Set this right over here. That is beautiful. I'm going to cook this, like I said, to a golden brown. Not burn it. Move it around a little bit here. Cook all the water out of it. Let's go ahead and put in our delicious red bell pepper. Now the recipe calls for red bell pepper. But down south, you know how we cook. We cook and do a little bit of everything. Cut this up like this. Nice big chunks. Because I want my green bell pepper to be a little chunky. Now you don't have to do it this way, but that's how I like to do it. Corn Maque Choux. If you ever been up to towards Canada, the Cajuns came from Acadiana. They were ran out of town by the British back in the old days, and they settled down in the Bayou and the lowlands of Mississippi and Louisiana and started cooking with the local ingredients that they could get from the bayou, the waters, and they brought the French and Acadian food and cooking styles down there, and they mixed it all up, and they said, you know, we don't have the type of foods that we had back in France, so we started cooking with alligator, crawfish, shrimp, mussels, oysters, crabs, nutria, you name it, anything that they could get off the land, deer. Put all those flavors together, boom, now we have the wonderful flavors that we know as Cajun and Creole. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of my celery while this is cooking down. So you can even see the colors change. Let all that cook down like that. We're cooking outside and I am so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, cooking outside under the oak trees. I swear, there's a bayou behind me. I can hear it. Or maybe that's a fire truck. I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and get our cream in here. This is a whole cream. A little bit over a cup. A little bit of ground pepper. Just like this. A little bit of cayenne pepper. That's right. Paprika. And of course my favorite, Cajun seasoning, as you want to call it. It's a festival of color, a festival of flavor. Ooh, look at that there now. Who dat? Who dat done said that? I did. That's right. Man, I can't wait to try this here. This is good stuff. And we're not done yet. We got the crawfish to go in. We haven't even put the chicken stock. Ooh, chicken stock goes with everything, right? I love me some chicken stock. Man, I'm just cooking this down. I'm getting all these flavors infused in it. So, like I said, I can't wait for you to try this at home and let me know how it came out. And tell me how much you loved it. Because I do. And trust me, I wouldn't lie to you and tell you something's good when it's bad. And I always tell people, you know, if you try one of our dishes or try a Cajun dish and you don't like it, you probably did something wrong, because I don't know of a Cajun dish that's actually bad. Okay, yeah, I said it. So try it again. I tell people, don't give up. Keep on cooking, America. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to cook my way across the country, cook my way back down to New Orleans, Biloxi, a little bit of parts of Alabama, Texas. Texas got good food too. Man, this is real. This is Southern. This is Cajun. This is American. We almost could have the American flag colors in this thing here if I had something blue to put in it. But you know what? It's all good. Okay, next up, let's add our chicken stock. Got some chicken stock here. This right here is where all the flavor comes from when it starts to fuse all together here. Okay, next up we're going to put in our tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, and put those delicious crawfish tails. These bad boys, just like I showed you earlier. Let's go ahead and slice up our tomatoes. I got a couple of red, plump tomatoes here. And all I'm going to do is just cut them right down the middle here and just pop them in there like that. They're going to cook. They're going to all fall apart into the maque choux, and that's exactly what we want, just like that. No special way. I tell everyone, don't overthink when you're cooking, especially when you're cooking Cajun food. As long as it comes out good in the end, it doesn't matter what steps you take. If you get the results you want, you're good. Excellent. Our tomatoes are in there. Let's go ahead and put in a few cloves of garlic. Some people say 1 clove of garlic for a recipe, and I'm like, what does 1 clove of garlic do? Put in some garlic, for God's sake. Chop this up. Woo! Man, oh man, I can't wait till this is done. We got some wonderful food coming up. We're about to do the creamy garlic mashed potatoes. Get that red snapper on the grill with those shrimp and all this corn maque choux together. Let's sprinkle this garlic in there like that. You can't go wrong. Here comes those crawfish tails like I promised. Good stuff here. We're going to sprinkle this around the top. Man, took a lot of work peeling all these crawfish tails, but you know what? It's worth it. Now you can get crawfish right here in the city, so don't tell me you can't make crawfish corn maque choux. A lot of your fish markets, you can get it frozen in packs. It runs about $10 a pack for about a pound and a half, and it's pre-peeled, ready to roll. And I recommend cooking with it. I don't recommend just eating it because it don't have the same flavors that we use down south. But it's good for cooking, just like this here. Next up, our creamy garlic mashed potatoes. I've already pre-boiled my potatoes here, so I'm going to mash these up real good. I'm going to add a little bit of heavy cream, a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of garlic, ground pepper, kosher salt, and of course some Cajun seasoning. So let's go ahead and get the mash in here. You know what? We don't have a potato masher down south. We just improvise. Wine bottle. How about that? I'm going to mash these potatoes. That's all I'm doing is just mashing them down here with this wine bottle. That's all I want to do. That's good, right? Good deal. I think I'm done with that there. Let's go ahead and add our heavy cream. Very simple, easy to do here. Let's mix these up real good. Now cook these potatoes, I boiled them in a little bit of salt water just to give them a nice little flavor there with the potatoes. Now you can add as much salt as you want to later, but always add just a little bit of salt to the water there. Let's go ahead and add our garlic because they are creamy garlic mashed potatoes. Smash that bad boy down like that there. Ooh, that's how you cut up garlic. Just like that there. Ooh. And we're going to put all this wonderful ingredients back into the mashed potatoes here. And we're going to bring this back up to a boil. And we're going to cook this for probably, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 minutes. However how long you want to cook your potatoes there. Let's get all these out here. We're going to add our Cajun seasoning, a little bit of kosher salt, our Parmesan cheese. Man, it always goes good. I always like to add just a little bit of chives too, and a little bit of scallions sprinkled on top of mine. Adds a little bit extra level of flavor. Mix all this up here. Now keep in mind, I tasted the potatoes earlier, but I love me some mashed potatoes. I grew up down south, and I used to have to pick potatoes out of my grandparents' garden, and it wasn't a normal garden, I guarantee. It was about 5 acres big. And every time I thought that I was done picking potatoes, pulling potatoes we called it, I would be sitting out to the garden again to start picking butter beans, squash, black-eyed peas, watermelon, you name it. Had to pick all that stuff. I added my kosher salt. All right, we're going to turn the heat up on these here. Let these get nice and warm. We're going to add our Parmesan cheese, shredded. Right there, creamy garlic mashed potatoes, just like that. Let this get a little warm here. If I can go pick vegetables out of a garden, I can definitely pull some scallions off the table, huh? Just chop these up like this. Sprinkle those in there like that. That's beautiful. That's Cajun. That's Southern. Creamy garlic mashed potatoes. I'm gonna finish cooking these down, and we're gonna start with that Cajun grilled red snapper with those head-on shrimp. We're gonna make up some beautiful sauce, and you know what? We're gonna put a little bit of South back in your mouth. We're getting started on our tomato, basil, and garlic butter sauce here. I'm gonna cut up some of these grape tomatoes, and basically this is another super duper easy recipe. This sauce goes on practically everything, and what I'm making it for is I'm going to put it all over that delicious red snapper and those shrimp that are coming up on the grill here soon. So let's go ahead and add our butter right to the pan. Already got my pan heated up here. Let's go ahead and throw in some of these grape tomatoes. Good stuff. Very easy recipe to make, and it is delicious. You can put it on fish, you put it on seafood, put it on steak. I'll put it on everything. Why not? When you see how easy this is to make, if you're not a big cook, you're really going to impress people with this very simple, quick, and easy dish. Man, I guarantee you'll use this more because it's a very, very few ingredients in it, and it tastes like it has a lot of ingredients in it, and it don't. I really don't know where all the flavor comes from, but one thing I do know, you can definitely taste the basil, and that really changes the whole depth of flavor. More of these grape tomatoes here. Beautiful, beautiful, just like that. Let's go ahead and add my lemon juice right here. A little bit of fresh ground pepper. Pepper makes good things better. And of course, fresh ground kosher salt. You can use table salt, whatever you want to do, you know. I just like kosher salt because I just think it tastes better. It's a more of a salty flavor there. I'm going to get a little bit of zest of a lime, lemon, just like that. I smell that lemon. I love citrus. Just like that there, and that's all you need. Let this start cooking. Man. Get some fresh basil over here. Got basil growing on the table. That's handy. I'm going to chop these up just a little bit. I'm going to fold them up like this. When I chop, cut some more of them up. Makes them easier to chop there. Sprinkle that in there like that. Get a few more basil leaves. Rip them up. Doesn't matter. Like a basil tomato salad with butter and goodness. You know what? This is about it. This is your sauce. Let me bring the heat up on this here. Just a little bit more. Just like that there. And we're going to let this cook probably for about 5 minutes. And we're done. We set it to the side, and then next up, we're going to go ahead and get out that delicious red snapper with those shrimp. Start getting those bad boys on the grill. It's almost time to eat. We're done with our tomato, basil, and butter sauce. So let's go ahead and get started on those Cajun grilled snappers and those head-on shrimp. We're going to pop these babies in the grill back here. Grill's been warming up. But before, let's go ahead and sauce these up a little bit, because you know what? You always got to add just a little bit of flavor before you put the fish on the grill. Now keep in mind, this is a hot grill. It don't take long to cook red snapper and shrimp on the grill. So I got my red snapper fillets here. I picked these up locally at the market this morning. I had the meat guy cut these just for me, and you can too. Go to your meat market, ask for wonderful, delicious red snapper fillets. They'll cut them up there for you. You get there in the morning and you get the freshest cut, and that's what I did. So I want to get started with these, and what I'm going to do is a very simple process. So hang on, because it may fly by real too quick. I'm going to dip these in this lemon juice, which I have some scallions in here. Have my pan over here. Just like this here. This is nothing but just lemon juice. Haven't added any salt or anything to it yet. And I am laying them skin side down because I'm going to season the meat in a moment here. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and drop in my head-on shrimp. I'm going to put these bad boys on the grill with their heads on. I'm going to cook them deliciously and tender right in their own shell. These are basic head-on shrimp. Very easy way to cook the shrimp there. I'm going to let these soak over in this lemon juice for a moment. Move these around. I want to add just a little bit of kosher salt right to the red snapper fillets. Not much. A little bit of Cajun seasoning, of course. Your favorite Cajun seasoning I recommend using. Not much. You don't need that much. This may be a lot for you, but not for me. Already got a little bit of lemon juice, so put a little lemon juice there in the pan. Let those soak up there. I have some delicious, I love butter, delicious little 4, 5, 6 tablespoons of butter here. I'm going to add a little bit of our delicious tomato, basil, and zesty sauce right here to these red snappers, just like this here. And the first time I caught red snapper was down in Biloxi, Mississippi. That's right, Biloxi, on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. They got 26 miles of beach there. And they got charter boats, and I had friends that have boats. So we'd go out and we'd go fishing. And I caught some red snapper. I love it. Let's put a little bit of fresh lemon right on top of these before we put these on the grill. Keep in mind, our shrimp are over here soaking. Just like that. See? Just put those lemon on it, just like that there. Very easy. You don't have to get all super duper fancy. As long as you get it on there, it makes a big difference. Okay, let's go ahead and check on our marinated lemon shrimp right here. Look at that. Ooh, that's got some lemon zest in there, don't you think? Look at those shrimp. Good stuff there. Good stuff. This is good. This is Cajun. This is Southern. This is American. Okay, looking good there. I'm going to add a little bit of Cajun seasoning to my lemon juice. This is all you do, folks. That's it. Just like that there. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to add these beautiful, beautiful, I'm telling you, red snapper fillets on the grill. We're going to pile on these shrimp. Probably cook these for about maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes tops. Pour these off. Add our delicious sauce, our corn maque choux, all the other good stuff that we're going to bring in. Our mashed potatoes, all creamy sided up. Ooh, that's Cajun. That's Southern. That's good. I'm going to put these over here where it's not super hot on the grill. Little piece of toasted basil there. Look how these fish plump up when they hit that heat there. Woo, that's hot. That's good. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay these shrimp out. I put a piece of tin foil over here for the shrimp. I'm just going to lay these shrimp out right here on this. Just like that. That's all I'm doing, folks. But I'm not done yet. You know that. Pour this lemon juice right there on top. Let that marinate. And of course, we're going to add a little bit more butter right to these shrimp here. You can't get enough butter when you're barbecuing shrimp and fresh fish on the grill. All right, we're going to let these cook probably for about 3, 5 minutes. Don't take long at all. Just enough to brown them. That's it. When they come out, we're going to plate this up with those mashed potatoes, that corn maque choux. Those Desi shrimp on the side there. Woo-wee! That's Cajun, that's Southern, that's good. This backyard courtyard barbecue really brought back memories from New Orleans, Mississippi, Alabama, the Gulf Coast. I loved every bit of it. We're done with our corn maque choux with a little bit of crawfish in there. We're done with our garlic creamy mashed potatoes. Our grilled red snapper has cooked up beautifully. And I tell you what, these shrimp are to die for. Ooh-wee! It doesn't get any better than that. So let's go ahead and let's pop these bad boys on the plate and let's get to eating. I'm gonna put this over here on the side with these delicious creamy mashed potatoes. I love me some mashed potatoes, and these are homemade. These are fresh mashed potatoes. I always like 2 nice big fillets, just like that there. Pop these shrimp on. You've seen us cook these right here. You can do this too. I like always just a little bit of lemon zest right there on top. Man, that's good stuff. You know what? It's time to eat, and I hope you've enjoyed watching us cook here today. So you know what? Until next time on Cajun in the City, from the Bayou to the Big Apple, keep cooking, America.
Cajun in the City is sponsored by the Eileen S. Kaminsky Family Foundation, BillsVoices.com, Slap Your Mama Cajun Products, Qualified EB, and Pentloff Studios, LLC, with special thanks to the following.